Welcome back. This is Nerd Dad on episode 5 of our Factorio playthrough. Last time we left off, we were just going to start our bus system here, so I think we're just going to start looking at how we're going to lay this out and what it should look like. So I think we're in a pretty good place here to start. I just want to get ourselves in alignment with where we want this to go. And I'm thinking we want to come straight down the middle of here. We're going to run into some troubles with those cliffs, that is for sure. But if we go off this dark mark here, right here, that kind of tells us our central area, so we'll just kind of do this. And just mark those trees for ourselves. And let's just grab this. Let's get a few of these cleared out of here. So, the question is how thick do we want to go? Well, what I'm thinking is we'll go sort of thick at the top, but we'll allow ourselves maybe some train input further down. So we want to make sure we keep that on our radar as we go through this. Okay, so what do we got here? Let's just do a little bit of eyeballing here. If we were to do, what would we want on that side? We're going to want iron ore on that side, so steel probably would be on this side. So 3 steel, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probably on those, 2, 3, 4 on there, and whoops, that's not going to be any good. And 3 for the greens. So that gives us a pretty good layout to start with. How are we getting attacked? Well, that wall's doing its job. That's excellent. They're not getting through. And I think we're actually in a pretty good place here to start. I think. Just eyeball this a little bit more. We probably could be over a little bit. Looking at where we are, we're a little off center here. But I think we're going to open up to more space, so I'm going to go with it. Okay. I think we're good with that. So we'll start with just kind of this 4. We'll probably have 1 here. Actually, let's mark all these guys in, and then we'll figure out which ones we're going to use. Okay, there's our solid, so we don't accidentally wipe them out. Okay, now, first thing we're going to want to build. Well, we've got a bunch of stuff we want to build. Oh, look at this swarm coming in. And we got a wall there, so hopefully it's no problem. I just want to keep an eyeball on it, see how it's going. Yep, they're the easy ones, but we're going to get there sooner than later, so we better hurry up here. Okay, we're going to want to get some green circuits going as quickly as possible, I'm thinking. So, just thinking things through a little bit. Let's grab 5 more of those and 10 more of those, and then we will get our copper coming into here. And where's this going to come up from? Way down here. Alright. No point in drafting this in because we know right where we want it to go. And we're going to want to split this right at the top, I think. I think we're going to go at least 2 lines deep to start. So we'll just get that going. There we go. And who's getting attacked now? That one little gun. And what damage was he taking? Oh, it's just the wall taking. As long as the gun's not taking damage, we're good. Okay. Then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to come in here. And I think what we'll do is we'll keep forcing everything left. So, why don't we? 1 or 2 lines. Let's just put a splitter on and let's bring both in. Okay, so let's just get both of these lines. And somebody's taking some damage somewhere. What's going on? Oh, our stone's being attacked. That is not good. I don't want to lose anything down there. I think we had a gun down there. Apparently we did, but... how many were there? Just 1? Oh, he's a bigger one, though. Interesting. That could get a little interesting. Okay. Might have to get some more defense down there. I just couldn't see it from where I was. Okay. Let's get on top of this. Get moving, moving, moving. Here we go. Okay, we're just going to run these lines out here. And we're going to want this guy on the far outside. Let's bring him around like this. And what we're going to do now is we're going to turn a couple of these off. Let's get those back feeding. I don't want them feeding stuff out necessarily, just not taking everything away. We'll bring half of it down. And then we'll bring this other one down. Like this. We'll turn half of these guys off as well. Excellent. Okay, so we're not getting any copper in here at all, so that means probably because I didn't turn anything and I haven't turned the line. So let's get that going. Turn two of these halfway, and we'll get a little bit of copper coming down in here. Probably get it all. Actually, why don't we just fill this line right up at this point? We'll keep one filling up, and we'll get all of them going. There we go. Okay. Definitely have to bring some more stuff online very quickly here, but let's start thinking about how we're going to get our first set of greens done. So the question becomes right off the go here, how are we going to build? Do we want to go 8s? Do we want to go 6s? Do we want to go 4s? I'm thinking we might go 6s. We're going to need quite a few of these guys. Looks like we're going to need a bit of copper too. I should have picked up some while we were down there. Okay, it's coming together. We're a little slow on the take right here, but we're gonna figure it out. Just need a bunch of copper here, so I'll grab a bunch. There we go. And then we'll just use a bunch to build. And we may as well grab blues out of there. Alright, and then we can start penciling this in. We got 6, so we can do that pretty quickly. But if we're gonna go full 6s, what I want to do is I want to make sure we don't get too close here. So we're gonna spread out quite a bit. We're gonna give ourselves a bit of space. Let's go in 2 deeps like that. So we got a bit of space for an extra bus. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just give ourselves a little bit of turning space there, and then start our 6s. So there's our 6, and that's gonna be just for copper. And what we're gonna do is we could just do copper wire and feed it back in. How do we want to do this? What is going to be our preferred method this time? We're going to need 3 copper for every... We're going to go right across. We're going to do it that way. Okay. I want to get these green circuits coming out as fast as we can get them going. So we're just going to get this going. And we'll just start laying these out. And then once we get this one set up, we'll have a pretty good idea where we're going with all this. We're going to want that to jump from there. How far can you reach? About that far. And you'll need to reach across there like that. And then we'll get you a splitter right there like that. And that should be pretty clean. Oops, that's not how that works. That's how that works. And okay, so there's that one. And then this one's going to be something similar. Now we don't really need these 3 here because we're not really outputting here, it's just an eyeball. That's all we're really doing. So this one we can actually bring straight across, just like this. And not worry about it because we're not actually putting our greens right there. They're going to start down further. Okay, let's just get this down here. And how are we doing on our inserters and things? I think we got, we're going to need some reds too. Have to get on top of inserters as quickly as possible. Let's identify what we're going to do with these. And green circuits. And just a bit of a slow build going here right now, but we will get our output. And I'm going to put my output feeding back into our thing here. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to flip this back on itself. And we don't need a circuit here. We're going to bring you right in like this. You're going to be the start of our green line, which means you're actually going to be split to start. And that means we can pull these off. And I guess that means we don't really need this one here either. Okay. There we go. Save ourselves some tunnels. Okay, we might as well get some... Whoa! Whoa, I see you. How many are there? Railroad on again. So at least I got the firepower to hold them off. Wow. Was not expecting that right there. Okay, so let's get ourselves a little bit of defense here because that could have gone sideways. And let's Let's get ourselves a couple of tons there. That was a bit of a shock. Okay. Surprise! He startled me. And... oops, that's not where that goes. Ends, and... we need a bunch of stuff. We're going to need some power lines to be built as well. Okay. Oh, I stood right where I need to put the purple. Okay, have we got the blues yet? We're getting there. Okay, there we go. Now we can start laying this out. Man, I just really would like to have some rockets. I mean, rockets, robots. It would be so much easier with robots. And how are we doing on our reds? We're getting there. I just need a couple more. And let's get these blues going for the output. Actually, we could probably use yellows for the output, so we'll save the blues for right now. Okay, and we're going to need some power. Where's our power? Our closest point's probably over here. So we'll just do this as a jump right now, and then we'll just see if we can... see if that will stick forever. Okay, so there we go. We've got it starting up. That's excellent. Got some green circuits coming into our bus here. It sounds like some gun action right above our heads. So another swarm came down on us. Apparently, they're going to keep us busy. So actually, it looks like we're already looking at getting this split off as well. So let's get another one going here, and we'll just keep going with all these lines. Okay, so that's something. Now, what I want to do is I want to just kind of start eyeballing this a little bit really quickly. I need to learn some stuff. I'll just finish up the reds real quick, and then we'll start worrying about how we're going to get into greens. So let's just grab this really quickly, grab a blueprint, flip it over. And it's going to look just like that. And how many of these do we have? We're going to need one more of those. We're going to need a bunch of blues. And I think we're good to go other than that. Okay. So the only downside is the tracks are backwards. That's okay. I'll just wipe those out. And we'll get these ones in here. And then this time we're actually going to need the tunnels that we didn't need. So we'll get those laid out while we're building the other things really quickly. And just there, and I think we want to go from there. Yeah. Well, that didn't look like it reached. And that's because that's why. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so we're going to need one splitter there, one splitter there, and where are we going to go with all this? Kind of like this. Get that all in. Okay, we're starting to get there. We're trying to build up a bit of a bus. We can just quickly lay these guys in. Nice thing about doing it this way is they're predefined. So there we go. And now we can just quickly start laying in these. And do we have any yellows left? No, we don't. So we're going to need some yellows. But in the meantime, we got the reds. So we'll grab those. And I think we're actually missing some on the other side. I think we got a couple over here that are missing. There we go. So that'll help. Get some power poles in here. I'll need these ones actually. Wipe these ones out. And just get these ones in place. Excellent. That's interesting. I don't think I can usually lay down 2 power poles, but when I blueprint it, I can. Huh. Things we learn. Alright. And it looks like we're getting the second side of this going. So that should give us enough greens for a little while. Now, while that's holding true, we're going to probably want this doubled and quadrupled eventually. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to go in here, we're going to grab this, and we're going to say we don't need that anymore, trash that. That one we don't need anymore, we're going to trash that. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab this blueprint right here, and this will be, oops, that wasn't what I wanted. That's much better. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to get a bit of an eyeball here. So let's just, do we have any, there we go. There, we want to lay it out just after the outside of there, so we should be able to get a really good feel for what this is going to look like. Why is that? Oh, I was looking in the wrong place. Okay, so there's our second one. And we could bleed off of there for our coppers, or we could dupe up the copper line. I think we can actually double off the copper. I think we'll be okay with that. So we'll actually do that. And then we'll do the same thing on this piece here. And there we go. We've got it all laid out. We know exactly what our spacing is. We know where we can start building our next components. So what I'm going to do now is, well, we don't know how we're going to tie this in exactly. What we're going to do is we're just going to run these lines right down past here for now. That kind of gives us our next spot. And I think we're going to need to go and get a bit more transport belt. So we'll go do that right after we get this laid out. Yes, it's going to be a little bit spread out, but that's okay. Also allows us to keep building as much ore as we can without backlogging our furnaces, so that's excellent as well. I might as well get these guys doubled up. Actually, we're not doing too bad with those. What we need to do now is bring up one of these, though, just to keep it going, even though we're not going to be doing steel for a little while. Okay, so there we go. So we might get chewed on a little bit, but hopefully these guys can hold the base off. Everything else is looking pretty decent at this point. Excellent. So what we're going to do is we're going to run over to our little, what is it? Our temporary learning area. And I'm just going to run into that pond again. I'm going to pave that pond so fast. It's going to be like a personal quest to pave the pond. Like, I have achieved victory when I've paved the pond. Okay. So everything's working pretty good in here. I guess we should have brought over a bunch of stuff. Oh, good thing we've got some. Okay, what do we got in here? What do we need? We're going to need a bunch more tracks. Let's grab that. If we're going to need a bunch more of it, let's say we need another 500. 2, 3, 4, 5. That means I'm going to need 1,000. That's not going to happen. Give me some of that back. 50. Alright, so I'll get 500 in here. Alright, how are we doing for ammo and guns? Because that's probably more important than most of what we're doing right now. And another 32. That's going to give us a little bit more defense. You can start seeing actually the bugs are starting to show up. We're starting to get a feel for where they're coming at. But we are holding them off. So I'm kind of thinking we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. And hopefully get into get into guns and ammo properly as fast as we can here. So what I want to do now is work on getting transport belts done properly with underground belts and those types of things. Mocking in ourselves a bit of a place to build that. And how are we doing here? We're still managing to backlog that line, even running two aside, so that's really nice. Let's just pull this one up. Won't need you anymore, thank you. Okay, and we've got that nice and full. Okay, let's go at the other side now. So the other side is, actually we're going to just need to bring these guns up a bit, or we're getting attacked. Down on that wall, and look at this, another little swarm. How are we doing on ammo? 17, 16, 9. Okay, we're going to need to get down there with some ammo pretty soon, so I'll have to think about that. Yep. Okay, just that was a different attack. Okay, let's put these guns just spaced a little bit here, just in case I try to slide by. And let's go 20 per. Somewhere in that ballpark. And can we pick up these guns? And what we're just about to the back end. So we actually need to start getting our red science packs figured out. So I guess we probably should think about that being a priority. I think we're going to do red science packs first, or I think maybe we'll do the track, the inserters, and then we'll do the reds and greens together, I think. Because they're usually mixed together anyways. So I think we'll go down that path. And it's funny because I think I usually do the reds always first, and this time I'm going to go against that. Okay, what do we got here? We're going to need some of these guys, aren't we? What do we want? Probably don't need 6. I think what we'll go is... Okay, we get 10, 15, 20 of those. And ask for one more blue. And ask for a few more of those. Okay. So we're under a little bit of time crunch for that. We're going to need some more blues. Then we're going to want some of those. And we want some more reds. Okay. That's looking really good. It's coming together. And we just need to get a few items here. And I think we had a spacing of 2 on that side. So what we're going to want here is a spacing of 2 again. So this will be our spacer. And we'll just kind of bring this straight up like this. Yeah, there's our spacing. So there's our 2. So those are the ones we're not going to use, and then we'll just start building from here. So if that's true, what we're going to want here is this is going to be our first line in. It'll start like this. And we're going to want a tunnel, and that tunnel is going to come off of here. That's about as far as we can go. And let's just split off of here. I think that's what we're going to do this time. We're going to use the... Oh, yeah, we can't do it that way, can we? We're going to have to do it like this. That would mean 2 splitters, though. No, I think we'll do it this way. We'll do a 2 split every time. It looks like we need some tunnels, too. Okay, there we go. And we got our 5 yet? There. 10 people. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we're going to not need all 6. So what are we going to want here? We're going to need, we need some of those. We're going to need some iron plates to do the back end, and we need electric circuits way over the far side. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for us. So what we're going to want is we don't need sprockets all the way here, but we are going to need a lot of sprockets eventually. So we're only going to bring a few of these online, I'm thinking. Oh, look at that swarm coming in. Oh, let's get over there and help that gun. Wow, they almost took it down. Whoa. Wow. Yeah, I'm scared. That was a lot of guys. Alright, let's give them a bit of a wall then. That's going to be right in our way. So we're going to have to build that up better, but we'll just hold that for right now. Hold that thought. Okay, and we're going to need more in here like this. And another one like that. But this one's going to have to come across from a bit further. So we're going to have to get 5 of them coming across there like that. And we're going to need... Just trying to think about what this is going to look like for us. I'm not sure we're going to be able to push down that far. Okay, so if these guys are the... Whoopsie. Say we got 4 of these going. And they're going full out. Whoopsie. Oh, we need power poles too. We need all sorts of stuff. We're going to have these come down the end here. But what we also want is the ability to turn some of these into the tunnels. So what's... Whoopsie. Yeah, click on the wrong things. Okay, I think that should work. So what we're going to do is we'll have the output come here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to split this if we can. Oh, we're going to have a massive attack. 6, they're just still hitting the walls, so at least they're not getting through the walls. That's something. We're not going to need that jumping across. These guys might be... Not too sure about those 2 yet. We're going to have to think about those ones a little bit. And we know we need blues out on these because they put out so many so fast. And kind of like that. And then these guys should feed out that way. And we're going to want a split right about there. Kind of like that. Oops, alright. And then we're going to want probably a couple of guys putting things in the boxes right there. That looked like it's going to work. Well, the only thing is we know we're going to have to eventually split this one as well to feed off to something else. So, not too sure. Not too sure I like that look. I really am not. Or do we just go with 4 and then go across to something else? Or do we just go all in on 6? I don't know. Many attacks going on at once. I'm not sure I like this. I think we're going to pull this up. There is no reason, however, why we cannot just feed out a second line from here like that. Instead of splitting this line. And just let this line get over full, and this one will pull what it needs for when it needs it. Okay. So let's think about what we're going to do for defense here. Let's go out here a little bit while that's kind of catching up. And let's build a little bit of a more reasonable defense out here. So we need to have like a couple guns covering each gun because that was a lot of bugs. Kind of like that. Okay. And we'll get a little bit more ammo in each one. We get 30 per? No, we're not going to get 30 per. There's no way we're going to have the ammo. Alright, let's come down here and peel these guys off. Pickaxe is getting tired. Alright, let's just get this ammo up here, and we'll have some defense up here. And hopefully they're not coming at too much of an angle. If they slide under that, we're in trouble, so I'm hoping they're coming at a reasonably steep angle here. Alright, let's get the wall out here like this. That way they might bump into the wall. Whoops. Oh well. They're rocking my way. Yeah, I need those few little pieces of wall I used up. It's like I just need those. I need exactly those. That's fantastic. Okay, so we got at least a wall up there, and hopefully that's gonna serve us. So I've got those power poles, still waiting for power, and we still need splitters and a few other things. So we're gonna need to split this one back, I think, kind of like this, and a feeder back from the middle line. That'll get us more than enough ore. What we really should do is we should drop a splitter right here just to join these two up and make them both double-sided, just kind of like that. That will get rid of this backlog for us, and that'll help feed these lines a little cleaner. There we go. That's working. Okay, and oh look, they just caught the end, so we're just picking them off. They're coming around this way, so they might slide in here on us, so we're gonna have to be careful. Oh, now we got our power. There we go. Okay, let's get our power up and running. 2 per. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use that blueprint trick. That works out really well. And you guys need to be iron sprockets or iron gears. And I guess we need to get this power over from somewhere else. So let's just bunt this across here. And we're being attacked somewhere. Okay, so that should start getting us all sorts of goodies way too fast, probably. And let's get those just peeling off right now into some chests. And we'll just limit how many we can get this way and this way for right now. But there we go. It's just peeling off. In fact, this can't keep up with it. It's going so fast. That is actually fantastic. We're just spewing them out. So we'll just let that do what it's doing. I'm okay with that not getting out of there fast enough. We're going to have enough troubles with that iron as it is. Okay, so how else are we doing here? What we need to do, I think, is I'd like to double up this line as well and get that fed back into itself. We'll get rid of that backlog. Get 2 thick lines going there as well. And why are we not getting them on here? Oh look, we didn't put the yellows down, so we have not quite double our line here yet. They're ready to go. We've got them backlogged in the machines. In fact, we've got a couple. So that'll quickly backlog. I was wondering why that wasn't two-sided. Okay, so we're doing really well. We've got ourselves set up. We're basically starting to get our transport belts. What we're going to work on next is inserters, and then we'll go from there, and we will move towards our science packs. Sorry, I just had a bit of a brain meld. So what I want to make sure we do is leave enough space here, so maybe we can do our reds and our blues in here as well. And so I just want to take a quick look, think a little bit about what that means. We need a lot more iron gears, lots of gears for red, and I think blues are substantially more stuff. There we go. We're going to need some lubricant, lots of lubricant, some red. So we're going to need some red advanced circuits and lubricant, and bunches of gears. So we're going to need hordes of gears. So we're going to need a bit of space here to bring in and basically have a gear factory in here. Maybe several gear factories, which is what I was talking about here. We may have to run this off and steal some gears off of here. Maybe feed it back to the other side. And that's okay. I'm just not sure how much space we're going to need. So what I think we'll do is just come in here and just remind ourselves that this is going to be transport belts. And we're going to put on blues there. Remind ourselves that we're going to go for blues eventually. And it's going to be this larger space. And we're going to stick with that. And other than that, everything else is looking swimming. So really pleased with how things are going. We just got to get into our green science packs as quickly as possible here, and probably we'll think a little bit more about building our wall up. We've got lots of resources right now, so we can go and shove that into our temporary gun builder. I think we'll get that done next time, and then start maybe getting a proper wall up. Anyways, this has been our episode of Factorio Playthrough. I'm Nerd Dad, and I am